Have you ever seen that show, that '70s show? Okay. Those of you who have, the basement on that show was kind of like my porch. Okay. Everybody hung out there. Everybody was, that's the place to meet. After school, we met on my porch. This was my old place where I post my old videos. And on this porch, we had a lot of things that, went down. Some were, PG-13, some were X-rated, but for the most part, it was family friendly. Okay, it wasn't, but anyway, it was, high school friendly and college friendly. But anyway, yes. So that was my old place. Okay, back then I was a lot funnier than I am now. I seem to lose my sense of humor when I have a camera pointed at me, and I can't find it on here to look straight at it. I think I'm looking straight at it now. But anyway, so yeah, and there were a couple friends that I'd met, and I know we all have this story. And I know that this, is this video is not informative at all. Well, it's one of those videos that people do on YouTube for the sake of hearing themselves vlog. But it's two people there on YouTube, Uptown and Don't Tread on Her, or B and Justin. For those of you who are viewing this on my Facebook. But yeah, it was a fun time in my life. I met a lot of people. When I first met B, I had a crush on her. She was with my now one of my best friends at the time, but I didn't really know him all that much. So I was, kind of hoping. I was like, if they break it off, yeah. But they have two kids now, and they're still together, and I'm glad for that. But back then, I was like, Anyway, if you ever see one of her videos, you'll understand why. Okay, yeah. But she had a special way of wearing her makeup. But anyway, I will get to that later, and you can check her out for yourself. And then another person, which is Uptown. I can't remember his full name. Hopefully, he'll comment on this video. Comments. But anyway, that was a little in the middle moment, I guess. But anyway, yeah. And how I met him is he was one of the first people that really thought like me. Now, I had two other friends who were brothers. Okay, I grew up with them. They are my brothers. Okay, and they are on my Facebook, but they are not on my YouTube. They don't make videos. But these two I grew up with, and they're awesome. And usually we come up with some good ideas, but they were usually, they led to bad things. It tends to happen. When we were alone, like by myself, I wouldn't do bad things by themselves. They wouldn't really do bad things. When we got together, it was just a horrible exchange of elementary mentality and some fun with eggs. But anyway, back to the porch. I'm going to talk about my Facebook, people. Sorry, Chris and Brian, but this is going to be posted on YouTube, so I'm going to try to do the YouTube friends. But I did not forget about you. There's a shout out to you. They're also juggalos, which goes with my last video. Technically, all these people are. But anyway, so yeah, and my porch was kind of like, I guess, Eric Foreman's basement. Of course, I didn't really view myself as Eric Foreman. I kind of like to view myself as Elsa. But I failed miserably at that. But I had a plan, okay? My plan was to feed skinny chicks Twinkies, get them fat, because I had a thing for, chubby chicks, and nobody else seemed to. So my ideology was, hey, if I get all the girls chubby, then I'll be the only one that likes them. It's cruel. I know it sounds cruel, but this was middle school mentality. Well, early high school mentality that I had. And yeah, I was like, You know, I was thinking, yeah, I'll be rolling in the chicks. You know, thank God for Twinkies. I actually did buy them chocolates, I believe, once, and I passed them around. They, ate them, not knowing the devious intent I had, for it, but it didn't work out. They all found other guys and did not gain weight, which I guess I'm glad that they didn't, because that does seem a little cruel now that I think about it. But at the time, it seemed like a fantastic idea. I mean, this was a well thought out plan. I got the idea from Just Shoot Me, where she finds out she's peeling off the diet Dr Pepper she's drinking. And it turns out it's regular because the guy's trying to plump her up, and I was like, good idea. But yeah, we did, like I said, we did a lot of things that were sometimes PG-13, sometimes R, sometimes X-rated. You ever seen that one movie, Kids? That was us. Just, maybe not as vulgar. Okay, this was a porch. So it was out in public. Of course, I didn't stop some of my friends from finding the back alleys from where we hung out at. But anyway, kids will be kids, hormones fly, and things tend to happen around back alleys. Okay, you can't see, it's dark, so. Okay. Now a lot of people will be like, "Hey, I don't give a damn about your life," Well, that's fine. There's other videos over there, over there, right there. Okay, click on one of those if you want to. All right. If you're one of my subscribers, you don't really have to watch this. This is just like, it's not informative of all, it's just informative of my life. Okay. But we've all since, grown up, and we're all tame now, but, those were actually some good times in my life, and I like to think back on them, back when I did, smoke some stuff and green stuff. I know the majority of y'all know, which is, legal in a lot of countries, and it used to be legal in America until we just, the 70s happened and the hippie scare, and they decided to ban it. But anyway, whatever. And I also find, I used to drink too. And it was really funny because by the time I turned 21, the legal age to drink in America, I stopped drinking. Okay, I mean, I only, drank occasionally, and then just stopped, and I kind of, went on to, embrace a healthier lifestyle. But, occasionally, good beer is good for the heart. But, yeah, and it was pretty wild. I mean, it was pretty fun. We've all had the high school, those high school moments. Well, I had a lot of them on my porch, with Justin and with B, as well as a bunch of other people on my Facebook, Taylor, Mike Stone, all them. But yeah, this is a duo vid, so I'm posting the same video on Facebook as I did YouTube because I don't feel like recording both of them. So a lot of this is going to go over people who might stumble upon this video on YouTube's head, but it happens. Check out my other videos if you really want to see something interesting and spiritual. But that's how I met them. Okay, I met Justin with him. Like the first conversation we got into was like something philosophical. Okay, it's the first time it's ever happened when I meet somebody. Usually at that age, it's like, hey, where's the beer at, or where's the boobies, and stuff like that. Usually that was me saying it, but sometimes other people would say it. And yeah. So, but yes, we talked about a lot about philosophy and the universe, stuff like that, and really bounce ideas off each other, theories and science, and just other religions, stuff like that. It's just really interesting. And surprisingly, I say this because a lot of times when women are hot, they tend to just rely on their looks. But B, on the other hand, didn't. Okay, she was very intelligent, and a lot of the girls who came up to my porch were actually very intelligent girls. Okay, they were very beautiful and they were very intelligent, so it was a win-win situation. Just not in a win-win situation I was hoping for, but hey, it happens, or it doesn't happen. But yeah, So there, I was blessed with having a very intelligent group that may have seemed not contemporary to how mainstream society would view them as being, very intelligent or whatever. Surprisingly, a lot of times it was kind of like a think tank up there, but it was a think tank with a little bit of comedy, a little bit of, it was like a David Lynch movie. Yeah, one of those. Just it was out there, stuff like that. I always thought, my porch would be so cool, that Marilyn Manson would be coming up there and we'd just be partying with him. Uh, that never happened. Wish it did. But anyway, I also have another friend that I like to give a shout out to, Wolf the Wicked, who's on YouTube. That's Gary Wolf, for those of you on my Facebook channel. This guy is probably one of my biggest inspirations because he was older than me. Okay, I've modeled a lot of my personality after him because there's just this aura that he has about him that when he comes around, it's a mix of intelligence and giggly. Okay, that's all I can describe it. He's a funny guy. He's kind of big, but anyway, and I'll get into more of a detail of my other friends. But I'll probably just post it on Facebook. But I'm posting this on YouTube for my YouTube friends. The YouTube that, well, YouTube now has contacts. We're no longer considered friends, but it happens. They have a funny way of changing little names and definitions. But anyway, post a reply. Any one of y'all on here, if you've ever had a place that was like my porch or like Eric's basement and that 70s show where you hung out with a bunch of friends, just to sit, chatter, and stuff like that, talk about stuff. Occasionally you make stupid decisions, fantasize about certain things that, just never happened. Yeah, feel free to talk about it, It's what YouTube's here for, and yeah, it may not seem all that interesting, but YouTube's mainly here for us to log and have spare time. So yeah. Anyway, catch you later, YouTube. I'm glad to be back, and I promise you, those of you who are my subscribers who subscribed to me earlier, I will be getting back into some of my older vids styles, but I'm also going to try to explore myself a little more with these videos. So it's my attempt. Jesus, it's almost 13 minutes. Sorry.